I hope that you are well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 4 English lesson on capitalization. And before we start, we're going to log on to aplusstudents.ca. Once you've logged on to aplusstudents.ca, with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of English language arts, grade 4. And the chapter that we're going to be focusing on, and we're going to scroll down up until we get to the chapter of capitalization. All right, so our chapter is capitalization. Our subject is English language arts. Oh, why did I put subject? Grade 4. And the lessons that we're going to be focusing on under the chapter of capitalization is capitalizing the names of people and pets in titles of respect, and capitalizing days, months, and holidays. All right. So when it comes to capitalization, right, other than the first word or the first letter of the word of the sentence, right, that needs to be capitalized, we also need to capitalize names of people, names of pets, as well as titles of respect, right? And usually we think that we shouldn't um capitalize names of pets, but that actually do need to be capitalized unless you, for example, write your it's like you're saying my dog or my cat, right? Then it is lower cases. But as soon as you give the name of your pet, the name of your dog, the name of your cat, and then it needs to be capitalized. All right, so if we were to capitalize and start with capitalizing names of people, then we say we capitalize names of people as well as pets, right? So, which means that it can either be a name of a person like Laura, it can be Sam, it can be Jack, can be my own name, Nadine, for example, right? Those are names of people, and we need to capitalize it, right? Even if you capitalize your surname, it needs to be capitalized. You write your surname, sorry, it needs to be capitalized. Maybe like Jackson or Johnson or Smith, right? It needs to be capitalized. And we also need to capitalize the names of pets like Sparky or Spotty or Fluffy or Nemo, your little fish, right? We need to capitalize it. Unless you're saying my fish, my dog, my cat, then words like dog, cat, fish, these needs to be lower cases, not capitalized. Then we also need to we also need to capitalize people's initials. So if you, for example, if your name is Jack and your second name is Adam and your surname is Smith, right? Then we need to write your initials, right? Then your initials, right, will be J A and your surname, right? So when we initial your or write the initials of your name, right? And then it will be for Jack Adam Smith, it will be J.A. Smith, for example. That is how we write the initials of your name. Some people also write the initials with, you'll maybe write your name, then you put E, which is your second name, and your surname, right? And then we also need to capitalize titles of respect. And when we capitalize titles of respect, right, we capitalize it if it is used as with a name or as a name, right? Which means that if you are addressing the president, right, and you are saying, wow, there comes President Barack Obama, for example, right? Then you write, for example, capitalize president and you write his name. or just President Obama, then we capitalize. You capitalize P for president as well as his first letters of his name and surname, or just the surname, or just the name. Or if you are going to the doctor because you're feeling fluish, or you're coming down with a fever, or you're not feeling well, and then you're like, oh no, we're going to Dr. Chen, right? Then we write doctor, which is capitalized D for doctor, and we even shortened it, and Chen, right? But if you are just making mention of the president, right? You're just saying that, oh no, there comes the president, or that is the president, or it is a president, then we need to write that with a small letter, lowercase, because now it is being used as a common noun. It's not being used as a proper noun. It's not being used as his name. The same with if you have a fever and you're going to the doctor, and instead of saying, I'm going to Dr. Chen, you're saying, we are going to the doctor, right? Then the doctor is just lower cases, unless you're saying, I'm going to Dr. Chen, Dr. Abrams, right? And then we also need to capitalize days of the week, and we need to capitalize months of the year, right? And when we capitalize days of the week, we capitalize months of the year, and then days of the week needs to be written with a capital letter. And our days of the week, we have Monday, and it needs to be capitalized. Then we have Tuesday, and the T needs to be capitalized. Is that, oh, President Bola Ahmad Tinubu? Is that your president? And then we have Wednesday. We do say Wednesday, but it is written almost like Wednesday. Then we have Thursday, Friday, we have Saturday, and we have Sunday. And whenever we write the days of the week, it is written with a capital letter, right? If we were to identify the day today, or the day of the week for today, then we would say it is Wednesday, which means that it is capitalized W for Wednesday. Oh, in Nigeria. All right. And then we also need to capitalize the names of months, right? And there are 12 months in a year. I'm not going to write it down, but the month that we are currently in, which is almost coming to an end in 2 days' time, right, is May, right? We are still in the month of May. Soon we'll be in the month of June. Then it will be the end of May, right? Yes. And what May will also be the end of a season, right? And then the new season starts in June. In my country, June In June, we start the season of winter. So June is the start of winter, right? So currently we are in autumn. So which means that on Friday, right, it will be the end of May, which means that it will be the end of a season. Then autumn will come to an end, and then it will be the start of winter. I think in your country, it will be you are currently in spring, and when June starts, and then your summer starts, right? So, which means that June will also be the start of a new season, it's a new month, right? And the old season will come to an end, as well as the month. All right, and then we also have to, whenever we, for example, write the months of the year, right? Remember, we need to capitalize the months of the year. And like we said, there are 12 months in the year. It is January, February, March, May, the month that we are currently in, June, the month that we are going into, which will be from Saturday onwards. Then we have July, August, September, October, November, and December, right? Then we also need to capitalize special holidays like your New Year's Eve, your Christmas Day, making mention of Eid, Easter. And when we make mention of New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, then the word Eve or the word day also needs to be capitalized. But if you just say today or on this day, and then we just write it with lowercase. But as soon as you're saying it is New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, right? Making mention of that holiday, right? Or of that special day. And then we write the word day and we write the word Eve with a capital letter. Yes, even Diwali, it's a special holiday, which means that you need to write it with a capital letter. Wonderful. See, we are learning from each other. So Diwali is also one of the special holidays. Yes, even Ramadan, and we have Eid, which is also capitalized because it's special holidays, right? So there are many special holidays within our countries that we celebrate, right? And sometimes, whether you're in a different country, but you are still celebrating certain holidays. All right, so all those special holidays we need to capitalize. All right, so now we're going on to A plus students.ca, right, where we are going to expand more on capitalizing names of people, places, names of people, pets, titles of respect, as well as days of the week, months of the year, and holidays. Okay, not names, but I mean like capitalizing all of those things, right? All right, so now we're going to A plus students.ca. And our chapter, we say this capitalization because we need to capitalize certain things. And we're quickly going again into capitalizing the names of people, pets, and titles of respect. I'm not going to go over the explanation again of capitalizing names of people and pets, initials, as well as titles of respect, right? We're just going to do an activity and then we're going to our test, if that is okay. Unless you want me to just explain again, which I honestly don't mind. All right, so I'm not going to explain again the what we need to capitalize, but we need to, you can capitalize names of people and pets, right? Then it needs to be capitalized. But if you're just saying it's a girl, it's a boy, then it needs to be lower cases. If you're saying it's a dog, it's a cat, then it's lower cases. But the names of the people, the names of the pets needs to be capitalized. We also capitalize your initials, the initials of your name, which is the your name, surname, right? So the initial would be like, for example, like my name is Nadine, so it would be N and then my surname. Then we also capitalize titles of respect if we make mention of, for example, President Bola Ahmad Tinubu, for example, then it needs to be capitalized because we are specifically making mention of the president. But as soon as we're just talking about the president, right, without saying his name, we're referring to him and we say the president or a president, then the word president needs to be lowercase unless we say president and his name, then it is capitalized. For example, um then we also have to capitalize the days of the week, the months of the year, and we capitalize all our special holidays, including words like day and words like eve, right? All right, so now we're going to look at the sentence over here. It says click to correct the capitalization if needed. If the sentence is already correct, then don't make any changes, right? So it says, it's pretty clear that mom pitches better than I do. So mom pitches better than I do. Another thing was when it comes to capitalization, right? If we capitalize our parents' names, right? Let's say, for example, I'm saying my mom, then we write it with the lower cases. But if I am directly referring to mom as if I'm saying her name, and then it needs to be capitalized, which means that if we're going to click to correct the capitalization error, then we would say mom needs to be capitalized. So it is pretty clear that mom, capital letter, pitches better than I do. All right, it says people around the world loved Princess Diana. We need to capitalize or correct the capitalization error if needed. What do you think might be the capitalization error, the word that we need to capitalize within that sentence? It says people around the world loved Princess Diana. So this is the sentence, and we need to choose one word that we need to capitalize. All right, yes, which means that people around the world loved Princess Diana, right? Which means that Diana needs to be capitalized for Princess Diana. So well done, right? And then the last one, and then we're going on to our test. This year, mom became interested in our family's ancestors. This year, mom became interested in our family's ancestors. What is the word that we need to correct when it comes to capitalization? Which word needs to be capitalized? All right, and the word that we need to capitalize within that sentence is mom, right? Because now mom is being almost like identified as a proper noun. But if you say my mom, then it needs to be lowercase. All right, now let's go to our test, right? It says click to correct the capitalization if needed, right? If the sentence is already correct, then don't make any changes. It says, have you heard, have you read any books by H.G. Wells? H.G. Wells. We need to click to capitalize correctly. We need to click to correct the capitalization error. Is it going to be option one or option two? How are we going to select and click to correct the capitalization error? Is it option one or option two? H.G. Wells. All right, then if we were to select the capitalization error, right, then H.G. Wells, because Wells is only capital letter W, then E double L is, right? So well done. The second option is correct. I have liked T.S. Eliot since I read the collection of his poetry. I have liked T.S. Eliot since I read a collection of his poetry. Is it going to be option one, T.S. Eliot, or option two, T.S. Eliot? T.S. Eliot, option one or option two? And if we were to select the correct capitalization, then it's going to be option one, right? T is Eliot. Only the E. is capitalized within that name, not the whole name. This old baseball card was a gift from Uncle Ross. Uncle Ross. So Uncle Ross, if are we going to correctly write his name as option 1 Uncle Ross or option 2 Uncle Ross? Which one is the correct way of writing it? All right, so the first option is incorrect, right? For Uncle Ross. All right, it says, have you met my new cat Sparky? Have you met my new cat Sparky? How are we going to write the name of your pet? Are we going to write it in option 1, Sparky with lower cases, or option 2, Sparky with a capital letter? So Sparky, option 1 with lower cases, or option 2, capitalized? And if we were to select the correct capitalization error, then it would be Sparky, capital letter S, because it is the name of your pet. All right, so now we're going on to capitalizing days, months, and holidays. Right, we said we capitalize days of the week, and there are 7 days of the week. It is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Right, today is Wednesday, tomorrow will be Thursday, and then we have All right. Guys, can you see me? I apologize. The clock, no. Can you? I don't know why it's doing that. I apologize for that. Can you guys see me now? Okay. Can you hear me now? Sorry. Can you see the screen? All right. So we're going to click on the capitalization errors, right? On either the days, months, or holidays. It says, we spent all of May preparing for my graduation party. Do we write May like option one or May like option two? The capitalization error. So May, is it going to be like option one or like option two? Because we are now going to be capitalizing days of the week, months in the year, as well as our holidays, including day and eve. And if we were to click to correct the capitalization error, then it is May, right? That needs to be with a capital letter. So well done, May is correct. Did you remember to buy a Mother's Day card? So Mother's Day, do we write it lower cases like in option one or capital letters like option two for Mother's Day? So Mother's Day. All right, and if we were to select the correct error or to correct the error, then it would be Mother's Day, which is option two. So capital letter M for Mother's Day. A new toy factory opened here in March. A new toy factory opened here in March. We only have 3 more minutes left. Only three. So March is again option one or is March option two? Only 3 more minutes left. March, is it option one or option two? All right, and if we were to select the correct era, then we would correct it by saying March, which is capital letter M for March. Well done. Grandma always marches in our town's Veterans Day parade. So, Veterans Day is also one of the special days, right, to celebrate the veterans. Are we going to write it like option one, which is lowercase for veterans, or option two, which is capitalized Veterans Day? So, Veterans Day, we need to capitalize or click to correct the capitalization error if needed. And if we were to select the correct capitalization or how to capitalize it, then it would be option two, capitalization or capitalize V for Veterans Day. All right. Most years, baseball season starts in early April. So, April. Do we write April like option one with a lowercase or like option two with a capital letter A for April? April is a month in the year or month of the year. So do you write it like option one lowercases or option two capital letter A for April? All right, and if we were to select the correct one, then it is April, which is capitalized A for April. All right, and then just the last one, it says cars are always on sale around President's Day. So President's Day, do we write it as capitalized President's Day or the option two? Option one or option two? We need to must day be capitalized or must day be lowercase? All right, and then the last one, if we were to select the correct one, day needs to be capitalized for President's Day. All right, so that is now the end of our lesson on utilization, right? We only focus on the two lessons, so which means that in our next lessons we will do the next other the other lessons. But for now, we capitalize names of people, pets, titles of respect, days of the week, months of the year, well as holidays, right? Those are words that needs to be capitalized, right? It needs to be and lowercase for words if it's used as a noun. So this is the end of our lessons, grade 4. Thank you very much for joining the class, and I really hope that you're going to have an amazing evening. Goodbye.